New car inventory rises to a 3-year high. Cox said the nation's inventory stood at more than 2.7 million vehicles to close out the year. Here's a breakdown of the key information, followed up with 2023 U.S. sales totals. It's who's up and who's down. I'm Kevin Hunter, the Homework Guy, and right across the way from me is the amazing Elizabeth, the Homework Gal. Listen, even if you're in the market for a used car, the new car inventory has a big impact on used car buyers. Liz, you've done a ton of the Black Book valuations recently. What have you seen lately on our channel members looking for used cars?
That's a great question, Kevin. Going back about 6 months ago, used cars were consistently selling at Black Book's clean retail level, but all of that changed with the arrival of the falling used car market. The cars that people are asking me to book out right now are regularly falling on the low end of the retail spectrum, and I'm talking about prices at the average retail numbers or even at rough retail numbers. Now, I must caution people not to be confused that I'm not talking about the car's actual condition, because I'm not. I'm talking about the condition of the car market. To explain further, what I'm talking about is a retail range of prices that go all the way from a low retail range, which is about rough retail numbers, all the way up to high retail range of extra clean retail. When you drop down from the high retail range in a seller's market to the low retail range for the buyer's market that we're in, that is often a price adjustment of thousands of dollars, and that's a huge savings.
Yes, thousands of dollars saved in just a few months' time. It's not too hard to figure out why, if there are new cars available at attractive prices, more people decide to buy a new car and then trade in their old one,
right?
Thus putting more used vehicles into dealers' hands. And to move these used vehicles, dealers have to sell at reduced prices. Right now, as Liz said, that's the low range of the retail price spectrum. Literally every channel member we are working with right now, especially if the vehicle is used, we are coaching them on what a good retail price is right now, based on Black Book, of course. And that number is a reasonable number that any reasonable and market-savvy dealer ought to take it, or you as a car buyer ought to just leave it, walk away.
So just like you've come to expect from us, let's dive into the newest inventory report from Cox Automotive. And this is great news for both new and used car buyers. Inventory rises to 3-year high. Here's an analysis of the impact on the auto industry. The automotive industry is witnessing a significant shift in its market dynamics after facing unprecedented challenges due to the COVID-19 pandemic, which led to the severe decrease in production and a consequential shortage in new vehicle inventory. The industry is now experiencing a reversal of these trends. According to Cox Automotive, the nation's inventory has surged to over 2.7 million vehicles, marking a 3-year high. This shift has far-reaching implications for manufacturers, dealers, and consumers, taking the car market, which was clearly a seller's market, into an obvious buyer's market. This means for those of you who need a car right away, that not only are car deals more reasonable right now, but those of you with time on your side and can wait, car prices will continue to drop.
And that's great news. Now let's chat in more detail about the impact of pricing and consumer choices. This increase in inventory is a welcome change for consumers who have been dealing with inflated prices and limited options. As Liz pointed out, the inflated prices are rapidly deflating.
Yep.
And the choices are expanding quickly. With a higher volume of vehicles on lots, potential car buyers can expect a wider array of choices, both in terms of models and dealer price points. It's likely that you will continue to see a normalization of vehicle prices as the supply-demand equation stabilizes. This normalization will be particularly beneficial for those seeking new vehicles, as the high prices have pushed many buyers towards the used car market or to delay their car purchase altogether.
This brings implications for dealerships and sales strategies. For dealerships, the surge in inventory marks a shift in sales strategies. The scarcity of vehicles had previously allowed dealers to sell cars at or above the manufacturer's suggested retail price, MSRP, often without needing to invest in traditional sales incentives. That opportunity is out the window, so literally nobody should be looking at MSRP car deals, and certainly not above MSRP. Now, as inventory levels rise, dealers and manufacturers need to reintroduce discounts and incentives to attract car buyers and remain competitive.
I love it.
Yeah.
This change also creates a shift in the power dynamic between informed buyers and sellers, giving informed consumers more leverage in negotiations. I say informed because you're only going to find the deals that we're talking about if you're informed. Dealerships will have to adjust their inventory management strategies, focusing on turning over their increased inventory more rapidly to avoid overstock and high costs associated with that.
The long-term outlook for the automotive industry is positive for car buyers. The continued rise in inventory is a sign of the industry's resilience and ability to adapt to challenging circumstances. It suggests they move toward a more balanced future car market, which is essential for long-term sustainability. However, the auto industry must remain cautious and responsive to external factors such as economic fluctuations, changes in consumer behavior, and potential future disruptions.
In addition, the industry's focus on electrical vehicles, EVs, and sustainability initiatives is likely to continue shaping production and inventory strategies. As more consumers shift towards EVs, and they did sell quite a few of them, you have to admit, 13.5 million worldwide, in fact, fully electric or battery electric vehicles, BEVs, accounted for 9.5 million out of the 13.6 million EVs sold around the world in 2023. In the coming years, automakers will need to balance their inventory to meet these steadily evolving demands.
Now let's dive into the 2023 U.S. auto sales. Who's up and who's down? Literally every major automaker except for Stellantis posted gains in 2023. With COVID-19 disruptions, the microchip shortage, and other supply stags now largely in the rearview mirror, U.S. auto sales rebounded to their highest level since 2019. Hyundai Kia moved up to number 4 on record volume. Here's a look at other notable sales figures from a year of mostly positive numbers for the industry. For you trendy numbers people out there, here are the actual sales numbers and bullet points of what happened in 2023. And will these trends continue into 2024? Remember to comment below if you bought a new car in 2023 and how it went for you to help others see how the market is going in your area.
First up, Toyota stays on top. Toyota outsold the Ford brand for the third consecutive year. Nissan jumped from 8th place to 5th, and Tesla entered the top 10 for the first time ever. For the top 10 sales in 2023, Toyota sold 1.9 million vehicles in the U.S., a 4.2% rise, despite their love for keeping inventory low.
Yeah.
Ford finished at 1.8 million, up 7.5% from the year before. To boost these sales numbers, Ford has really attractive rebates right now, by the way. Chevy and Honda sold 1.6 million and 1.1 million vehicles respectively, and you can see how the rest of the top 10 shook out for Nissan, Hyundai, Kia, Tesla, Jeep, and Subaru. Notably though, Honda was up 32% over last year, and Nissan 22%, and Tesla jumped up 37% to actually make it into the top 10 for sales.
Stellantis was the only automaker to slip. Stellantis posted a decline in 2023, falling to 5th place behind Hyundai Kia. GM had 2.5 million in sales in 2023, Toyota Motor at 2.2 million, Ford Motor at 1.9, Hyundai Kia getting into the top 5 with 1.6 million, and Stellantis declined 1.3% to finish in 5th place at 1.5 million.
The list of the top 5 pickups was unchanged from 2022, with GMC posting record volume. Ford F-Series was up 15% to 750,000 sold in 2023. The Chevy Silverado went up 5.8% to 543,000 trucks, likely due to their huge rebates.
Yep.
Ram dipped 5%, selling 444,000. The GMC Sierra rose 22%, but still only sold 295,000. The Toyota Tacoma sold 234,000 units. I can say that by working with members. New Tacomas were really hard to get in certain regions, and the rebates were small. Order times were long, and several members opted to find a 2022 or 2023, with Liz's help, a used Tacoma instead. That will hopefully correct itself here in 2024.
Yep. Small was a big hit in 2023. Subcompact crossover sales topped 1 million. Here are the top 5 body styles and how many were sold per each. There were 2.5 million compact crossovers sold in 2023, the biggest ones being vehicles like the Hyundai Tucson, Toyota RAV4, Chevy Equinox, and others. Full-size pickups were at 2.1 million, up 9.1%. Large crossovers were up nearly 8% with 1.2 million units. Subcompact crossovers were at 1.1 million, 26% more than in 2022, and compact cars 900,000, up 21%.
And Mustang roars back. Ford reclaimed the pony car crown after trailing Dodge in 2021 and 2022. For you sporty car drivers, the Ford Mustang sold 48,000 units, up 2.2%, while the Dodge Challenger sold 44,000, down 18%. What happened to Dodge, I wonder? The Chevy Camaro sold 31,000 units, up 26%.
And some SUVs were stuck in the mud. Sales of both the Jeep Wrangler and the Ford Bronco declined in 2023. The Jeep Wrangler was down 14% with 156,000 sold, and Ford Bronco was down almost 10% at 105,000 sold. I guess that big bang the Bronco started out with is fizzling out sooner than Ford would have hoped.
Light truck sales achieved record volume and market share in 2023. That does include pickup trucks, SUVs, vans, and minivans. For 2023, the market share was over 79%. That number has grown 10% since 2018, when the light truck category was 69% of sales. But back in 2014, it was just 53% of the market share. Now, that's a trend worth keeping an eye on. With sales like that in these categories, no wonder manufacturers are offering fewer sedan styles overall.
Yeah, it makes sense. Friends, while you can see that all the evidence points to a shifting car market, it still takes courage on your part to hold dealers' feet to the fire and get a good car deal. Many of you have wondered over the years, can we hire one of you to help us? The answer to that question finally is yes. If you want an extra confidence boost with some direct coaching from us, you can jump on board with the channel membership and send us a link to the cars you're looking for. If you have trouble finding out how to join, shoot me a text at 701-441-3399 and I will text you that join link. For the best direct help that you're likely to need, we recommend going straight to the top with the Homework Guy Consults package at $49.99. It is so much cheaper than anything else you can find out there, and you get regular text message contact with both Kevin and me. When you sign up, if you first text at 701-441-3399, I'll make sure you also get Kevin's direct contact number. Also, any membership level can be canceled or downgraded at any time, so there's no risk and limited expense.
And yes, we are quickly approaching the launch of our new website and the Car Buyer's Handbook we've been working on. If you haven't already done it, make sure you stop by our website, thehomeworkguy.com, and load up on the free tools you can find there. Besides the website, you can also connect with us on Facebook and on X, formerly known as Twitter, so give us a visit on one of those platforms if you haven't already done that.
If you've recently joined the Homework Guy channel as a subscriber, we thank you, appreciate you, and welcome you aboard. And to all of our new channel members, we really love working with you.
Also, thanks again to our many faithful followers who just keep coming back, and to all of our longtime subscribers out there, you guys rock. God bless you all. I'm Kevin Hunter, the Homework Guy, signing off with amazing Elizabeth, the Homework Gal. The Homework Guy team is serving truth, justice, and transparency in the car business, and always will. We gotta go.
You can't go! All the plants are gonna die!